Hi, my name is Jake Thompson. Thank you for joining me this week on another edition of the Weekly Fumble, where I will bring you the top 4 college football games of Week 10. Let's get it started. Number 13, West Virginia visits 17, Texas. Remember last week, Texas lost to Oklahoma State on the road by 3 points, 38-35. They were ranked 6th in the country. Now they drop 11 spots. They're 17th. They're playing at home against a good West Virginia team on the road. Will Greer, for West Virginia, he's going to have to do a lot today, and I think he will. I think that O-line protects him. I think the defense for Texas is not enough, and I like the West Virginia Mountaineers to beat the Texas Longhorns today. Now, the next game, number 14 Penn State at number 5 Michigan. What a Big Ten game today at 3:45. Look, Trace McSorley is one win away from 20 wins. That's a school record, QB record, at Penn State, and I think he gets it done. I think he does all the right things, does everything he needs to do against that Michigan defense. Let me tell you, by the way, Michigan is ranked first in the country in all defense, all-purpose defense. So if McSorley can get in there, disturb that defense, do what he has to do, I think he does it. And I like Penn State on the road over a top 5 team in the Michigan Wolverines. Now the next game, a huge SEC East implication game. It's number 6 Georgia visiting number 9 Kentucky. I don't think I've ever said that on this show. I don't think I've been alive enough to say that Kentucky has been in the top 10. I don't remember the last time they were in the top 10, but the winner of this game will go to the SEC Championship and face either LSU or Alabama in the SEC Championship in December, and it should be a fun one. I think Georgia gets a hold of the Cats early. I think they do everything they need to do. They got the receivers, they got the athletes, they got the running backs, and I think they just chip away at that Kentucky defense, who also has some athletes. Watch out for their defensive line. They have a good defensive line, but I think Georgia's too much, and I like the Dogs on the road against the Cats. Now the next game, the big game, the college game day of games, number 1 Alabama visiting number 3 LSU in a huge matchup. This is probably one of the biggest matchups of the decade, and I know that we say that a lot with Alabama and LSU, but it's 1 versus 3. It's 2 teams that want to smash each other in the mouth, that want to hurt each other real bad. That's just a figure of speech. But look, these 2 teams are amazing. LSU can play on either side of the ball. Their defense, their safeties, their corners, they can handle Tua. But Tua, listen to this stat: 25 touchdown passes, no interceptions. If LSU wins this football game, they're going to have to force turnovers. They're going to have to do everything in the right direction to help them win. And I think that LSU comes out strong. They do everything they need to do, but Alabama at the end gets a game-winning field goal and wins by 3 in LSU and in Death Valley. Thank you for joining me this week on another edition of the Weekly Fumble. I'm Jake Thompson. Salute.